Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Asrar Amin from Higher Secondary School Sagam. It is class 12th and subject entrepreneurship. Dear students, our today's topic is how to develop a rural entrepreneurship. Dear students, you know that establishment and development of entrepreneurship, it is a very difficult task. It is not one man show, but there are different activities which are to be performed by an entrepreneur. So we can say it is a multi-dimensional activity. Entrepreneurship, it is a multi-dimensional activity. So many things, so many people are involved in this. And here I should mention that all these entrepreneurships, every type of entrepreneurship, it has its own difficulties. It has its own challenges. But when we talk of rural entrepreneurship, it has so many things which are different from other types of entrepreneurship. So some of the things let us discuss here, that what are the things which are important in rural entrepreneurship. So without these things, rural entrepreneurship, it cannot stand. It cannot be a successful activity. So the first thing, that is availability of raw material. Students, as you know, that raw material is the first and foremost thing for every type of industry, whether it is rural or it is urban, whether a man activates this entrepreneurship or it is a woman entrepreneur. Raw material is essential. But this raw material in a rural areas, it must already be kept in mind that what type of material we are going to use in such a far-flung area. Whether the raw material could be available in that very area, or if we have to import it from other areas, if we have to import it from outside the state or outside the district, there is every apprehension that it will prove costly for the business. And with the result, the finished product, it will be available on high costs, and naturally our entrepreneur cannot compete the other people, or he cannot go to the international market because of his higher costs. So the availability of raw material, it is essential, and it must be locally available. The raw material which is available locally, it must be utilized in this way. So raw material, it is very essential for rural entrepreneurship. Raw material availability at lower costs, locally availability. Second thing in this rural entrepreneurship, which is very much important, it is finance. Students, as you know, that money or the finance, it is the lifeblood. It is the lubricant for an industry. Without this finance, an industry or an enterprise, it cannot stand. So finance must be available for the rural enterprises. Finance at lower costs. And the financing agencies, they should not hinder this entrepreneur in those areas. So finance availability, it is one of the essential things that are needed for rural entrepreneurship. Financing agencies, whether those are banks or those are other financial institutions, or those are these enterprise, the EDI, entrepreneurship development industries. But these financing agencies, they must provide the finance to the enterprise or the entrepreneur at the lower costs. So this is second thing which is important for rural entrepreneurship. And the third thing that is important for entrepreneurship in rural areas, that is infrastructural facilities. Infrastructure, and that also the latest infrastructure that must be available to this rural entrepreneur If that is not available, then the traditional infrastructure cannot make the latest product, and with the result, our entrepreneur cannot compete other people, other entrepreneurs in the market. So the infrastructure, it must be available, the latest technology must be there, and the product must be latest. The latest product is possible only when we have latest technology, we have latest infrastructure. So this is third thing which is important, very much essential for the rural entrepreneurship. Fourth thing is, this is entrepreneur he must not be by chance, he must be by choice. We know in prevailing societies, in prevailing our economic setup, what we see, that when a person cannot get the government service, it is lost choice. His lost choice is that he becomes an entrepreneur. He starts his business. This must not be there, but he must be an entrepreneur by choice. If he happens to be by chance, but what we have to do, he must be trained. He must be trained. And if he is not trained, the business cannot stand. If the business is very much strong, but the entrepreneur is not strong, entrepreneur has no technical know-how, he has not got the proper training, he has not got the proper education, at that very time what will happen? Our enterprise cannot stand, our industry cannot stand. So the people who have become entrepreneurs by chance, they must be given the proper training. For this purpose, there are so many institutions in the country also available, but they have to provide this training to these rural entrepreneurs. Fifth thing is, that is entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship education must be given in schools and colleges. It is important, because from the very beginning, an entrepreneur, he is not entrepreneur from the very beginning, and when he becomes graduate or postgraduate, or at that very time, he doesn't, although he is educated, but he has not got the proper training. He is not a trained entrepreneur. So what we have to do, we have to provide this education in schools and colleges, so that this rural entrepreneur, he will be a skillful person. He will be educated in rural entrepreneurship. For that purpose, we can cite an example that in Andhra Pradesh, there are some schools which are known as Kikandara. These are Kikandara experience. Kikandara experience, this is given to the students from the very beginning in the schools, so that they can become the experienced or educated entrepreneurs later on, so that they can start their business in the rural and these areas. Sixth, it is non-awareness of facility. We know that facilities are available there, finance is available there. Some government has provided some additional things. They have provided some discount. They have provided some benefits to these rural enterprises or entrepreneurs, but the entrepreneur does not know. He is not aware of those facilities the government has given to him. So what we have to do, we have to make him aware that these are the facilities in these particular areas, and you have to take the advantage of this. You have to become the beneficiaries of these facilities. So awareness is very important. In this very regard, the people who are at the helm of affairs, they have to train these rural entrepreneurs. That what we have to do, what are the things that you are given additional to the urban entrepreneurs. So the people at the district level, or the block level, or the state level, who are responsible persons in this entrepreneurship or entrepreneurship development officers, what they have to do, they have to provide the awareness to these people. And last but not the least, there must be the involvement of NGOs. Different NGOs who are working in the rural areas, they have to aware the people they have to play their role so that this rural entrepreneurship, it can develop, it can become a source of our economic development, a source of our income in those areas. I think this is enough for the day. I hope that you would have got all these 7 points which are essential for the development of rural entrepreneurship. Thanks. This is enough for the day.